Izumo is our overpowered busty character who is born with a power of bad luck, and with this, powers everyone she touches, dies in an unimaginable way. But after meeting an immortal bodybuilder, her life changes forever. So without any further disturbance, let's start the video. The story begins with two different scenes. In one, a post-apocalyptic world unfolds as a couple goes their separate ways. The other depicts a little girl waving goodbye as a plane is about to take off. In the romantic scene, the couple must find their way back to each other, quickly kissing as they prepare for impending doom. In the other scene, the little girl sees the beginning of snowfall, but her joy turns to horror as the plane she was waving at catches fire and explodes right before her eyes. We are then introduced to Izumo as she finishes reading a romantic comic. She wishes her youth could have been more like the story she just read. She sighs in relief as she has finally finished the manga, meaning she can now end herself. Just then, a muscular man, bigger than Ronnie Coleman, calls out to her, pointing out the obvious danger. She explains that her unusual condition prevented her from experiencing romance and threatens the man with a knife. However, things take a dark turn as he stabs himself like an idiot. In a twist of events, he falls off the bridge and is hit by a train. Foucault blames herself for another life lost. Surprisingly, the man's head pops back up, revealing he is undead. He realizes Foucault's disease is just a safeguard. The undead man, now named Undead, saves Foucault from a gruesome fall. Learning about her tragic past, Undead is determined to uncover the mystery behind her curse, hoping it might bring him his own demise. Undead takes Foucault to his hideout to experiment with the extent of her unluck. Foucault, reluctant to reveal too much skin, evades Undead's attempts. However, when her hat and jacket fall off, exposing her long hair, Undead decides to give her a haircut to test the intensity of her unluck. During this process, a scared man interrupts, revealing their aim to capture Foucault. Due to her unique ability, Undead is temporarily incapacitated, but Foucault's unluck takes an unexpected turn when a lightning bolt strikes the scared man holding Undead's head. This allows Undead to break free and eliminate his captors effortlessly. As Foucault tries to prevent Undead from sacrificing himself, the scared man manipulates the situation, coercing Undead into cutting off his own head. Devastated by the death toll caused by her unluck, Foucault decides to trigger a massive stroke of unluck by kissing Undead. This results in a meteor crashing down, seemingly obliterating them. However, Undead emerges from the ruins, the katana embedded in his chest. He thanks Foucault for her unintentional assistance and introduces himself as Undead. Foucault, feeling uneasy about the name, decides to call him Andy. Amused by the chaos caused by a kiss, Andy suggests taking their connection further. Foucault, hearing this, runs away, leaving Andy puzzled. Andy, having some peculiar ideas, wanted to test a theory involving Foucault and some intimate moments to see if it would bring bad luck. However, Foucault, feeling objectified, rejected the idea and emphasized the importance of likability to control her unluck. She warned Andy that forcing her into uncomfortable situations would only make things worse. Instead of backing off, Andy decided to protect Foucault until she fell for him, thinking it would counteract the bad luck. Concerned about the organization chasing them, Andy took Foucault to one of his hideouts and crafted bulletproof armor for her. He explained that the organization known as the Union had captured him years ago and conducted experiments. Now, with Foucault's unique abilities, they feared what the Union might do if they caught her fleeing on a motorcycle. Foucault questioned their destination, but Andy admitted they were just running away. Without a specific plan, he expressed his determination to safeguard her until she developed feelings for him. Soon, they encountered Union members, negators with the ability to negate certain rules of the world. A confrontation ensued, revealing the Union's intent to capture Foucault and eliminate Andy. The Union members, Void and Shen, showcased their abilities to restrain and control their targets. The Union's pursuit escalated due to a recent meteor event, raising Foucault's capture priority. Amid the chaos, Foucault proposed joining the Union to avoid constant pursuit. Void clarified that all positions were occupied, but Andy, undeterred, suggested defeating Shen and Void to create openings. A tense battle followed, showcasing the unique abilities of the negators. As the fight unfolded, Foucault realized that becoming Union members could grant them safety. However, Void and Shen, conflicted between pursuing Foucault and capturing Andy, found themselves in a precarious situation. Andy, using his strategic mind, managed to outmaneuver them temporarily. The conflict escalated when a fuel truck caused a massive explosion. Despite the chaos, Void and Shen emerged unscathed, revealing the unpredictable nature of Foucault's unluck. In a clever move, Andy left a body part behind, allowing him to regenerate. After being captured, Andy's ingenuity prevailed as he incapacitated Void and turned his attention to Shen. The battle revealed the limitations and vulnerabilities of the Negators. Shen, intrigued by Andy's combat skills, engaged in a duel. Discovering Andy's internal struggle with killing, Foucault intervened, holding Andy's sword, and tried to exploit Shen's vulnerability. However, Shen, confident in his abilities, countered her attempts. In a surprising turn, Shen offered a compromise, sparing them in exchange for participating in a Union mission. Despite the unexpected offer, Andy and Foucault remained determined to avoid the Union's control. Shen revealed a mission in 3 days at Lake Bechel, where they could eliminate a Union member with a warning. To be cautious, Shen departed, leaving Andy and Foucault to contemplate their next move. Realizing they needed to head to Russia, Andy devised a plan involving various modes of transportation. Their journey would take them through danger zones, requiring assistance from Andy's old comrades. The ultimate goal? Reach Lake Bechel and confront the Union member. On August 5, 1970, in room 1859 of the Union Isolation Facility, Andy wishes Gina a happy birthday using his blood. Fast forward to the present, August 4, 2020. Andy and Foucault are on a yacht heading towards Vladivostok. Foucault is anxious about the possibility of an attack, echoing Shen's warning. Soon enough, their fears materialize as planes approach to strike them. Foucault worries about the boat's destruction, but Andy reassures her, confident that her unluck will save them. In a daring move, Andy uses a grenade, almost severing his hand to turn the regenerated part into a projectile. Employing his part's bullet fist, he successfully destroys one of the attacking planes. With the threat momentarily eliminated, Foucault questions whether they are now in Union territory. However, Andy reminds her that they need to target individuals wearing the Union emblem, specifically the 10 members, 3 of whom he identifies. As they continue their journey underwater, Gina observes them from a satellite, shooting and sinking their boat. In the aftermath, Andy discovers Foucault unconscious underwater, trapped under debris. Utilizing his powers, he frees her and brings her to the surface. Upon awakening, Foucault follows Andy's instructions to surrender, as he contemplates testing the controllability of her unluck. While normally Foucault cannot control her unluck at will, Andy discovers exceptions when she attaches personal value to certain things. He explains the mechanics behind the lightning strike and meteor incidents. Unbeknownst to Foucault, Andy reveals he gave her CPR and mouth-to-mouth, leading to an embarrassing moment for Foucault. However, their interaction triggers an underground volcano eruption, propelling them onto a plane. Andy quickly takes control of the plane, using his repair boost Crimson Crescent Moon ability. Arriving at Lake Baikal, they are forced to eject from the plane due to its self-destruct mode. Andy ensures a safe landing for Foucault, who expresses excitement at being outside Japan for the first time. Andy decides to look for his old buddies while Foucault explores the beach. Foucault encounters Gina, a painter excited to meet a Japanese person. They decide to paint together. While painting, Gina dubs Foucault Lil Lucky because of the good luck on her hat. Gina asks Foucault whether she prefers things that change or stay the same. Foucault finds the question challenging and wishes to ponder it further. After finishing her painting, Foucault explains her recent change in perspective to Gina. As night falls, Gina questions the white dots in the sky in Foucault's painting. Foucault's artistic explanation charms Gina. Foucault then shares her personal growth and newfound appreciation for change. Gina, impressed, walks on water, lifting a portion of the lake. In a surprising twist, Andy returns and attacks Gina, revealing her identity as the woman who captured him 50 years ago. Gina, now playing with them, discloses that her superiors want to recruit Foucault, and to achieve that, they need to change her first. While Shen meditates, he eagerly anticipates his upcoming fight with Andy, relishing the prospect of an enjoyable battle. After a long time, however, Mui, his companion, scolds him for being distracted. Shen inquires if she can smooth things over with their superiors, but Mui reveals that she has already submitted a convincing report. Additionally, Gina has made contact with Andy and Fuko, but Shen dismisses any concerns, confident in their abilities. Despite Mui's repeated admonitions, Shen remains preoccupied with thoughts of the impending confrontation. Gina expresses joy upon seeing Andy again, and rushes to hug him, but he defensively attempts to cut her. Fuko is surprised to learn that Gina was the one who captured Andy 40 years ago, given Gina's seemingly unchanged appearance. Gina, delighted by Fuko's flattery, discloses that she was 16 at the time and claims to be eternally 16 due to Union's anti-aging technology. As Andy throws grenades, Gina recounts her history with Andy, including falling in love with him during his captivity. Gina is grateful for Shen and Void's roles, as Void's death opens up a seat in Union that Andy can potentially fill. Andy deploys a flashbang and attempts to attack Gina, but her barrier remains impervious. Fuko questions Andy about his friends, and he reveals they are all deceased but had reservations at a different restaurant. Engaging in combat, Andy studies Gina's ability, noting her capacity to solidify water, telekinetically lift it, and create invisible barriers and stairs. Despite his analysis, Gina's attacks prove formidable. She throws her hat at Andy, revealing invisible blades upon impact. Andy, realizing the nature of Gina's ability, strategizes to involve Fuko in the fight. Gina manages to restrain Andy and insists he give up on Fuko, claiming she won't meet Union's quota even if she joins. Unyielding, Andy declares Fuko as his woman, vowing not to let her die until his own demise. Gina, responding to Andy's determination, becomes more sinister, stating her intention to claim his head as she did before. Andy, understanding Gina's ability, uses a grenade and parts bullet head to reveal her power to negate an object's change in form. Gina confirms her ability, Unchange, and wonders if Andy and Undead can counter it. Andy denies having such capabilities and calls for Fuko's assistance. Andy instructs Fuko to touch him, covering as much area as possible. Gina observes Andy's regeneration inside Fuko's shirt and accuses Fuko of seducing him with her appearance. Andy clarifies the two types of negators, self-targeting types and external targeting types. Gina, claiming to be a self-targeting type, is refuted by Andy, who exposes her use of makeup and asserts that her body has changed. Gina retaliates, attacking Andy. Fuko notices a strange phenomenon. Gina is only walking towards them, not running. Andy realizes the implication and inadvertently hits an invisible object above him. Jian reveals that Union is investigating an unidentified mysterious animal, Una, and discloses her intent to preserve the lake state forever. She attacks Andy, asserting that death is the ultimate change. Andy, defending Fuko, notices a hole in Gina's barrier and begins formulating a plan. Using Andy's blood to blind Gina, they manipulate his body and sword to rotate the hole. Fuko throws Andy's head inside, and Gina unwittingly holds it. Andy explains that even if they summon a meteor with Fuko's unlock, it won't affect Gina. Outside her barrier, the UFO activates, shooting a light beam that obliterates the ground. Gina's unchanged scene over the lake unravels as Gina's anti-aging effect dissipates. Andy rushes to her side, embracing her. He assures her that a few wrinkles won't diminish her beauty. Gina and Andy share a final kiss, and Gina peacefully passes away. Andy feels sad that he didn't get a chance to be intimate with her, but the anime ends.